football on EA Sports.
EA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to the steel capital of the world, Pittsburgh, PA, at Heinz Field. Tonight, we finish off Week 4 with a good Monday night matchup between the Dallas Cowboys and the Pittsburgh Steelers. From a yard or two deep, here comes a return. And he'll get it up past the 20 to about the 22. Time for Dak Prescott and the Dallas offense to go to work. Prescott, of course, the former fourth-round pick in 2016 out of Mississippi State.
And what I loved about meeting with him before the game was talking to a guy who takes ownership of his performance. 2 touchdowns, 2 interceptions last week, but all he focused on was the loss, okay? And he did say, if I change my stats a little bit, not necessarily for me to look better, but that'll help my team.
To the right side and complete to Thomas. 4 yards the result on the first play from scrimmage. Second down.
Defensively here, you're facing a top 5 team in terms of points scored in the NFL. So when they're that high powered, you've got to find a way to hold them under 20. Because to me, that's the magic number. 20 points scored. You give yourself your best chance to win.
So if they're up around 24, 28, 30, they could be in some trouble.
I think so, because then you turn it into a shootout. And that means your offense has to keep pace.
9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down. Well, one unit I know you want to watch is that offensive line. If they keep clearing holes like that, it could be a long night defensively.
No doubt about it, because when they are in sync, as we're seeing so far, when that continuity is there, and you can see that they're playing off of each other while controlling the defensive front linebackers, you're exactly right. It could be a very long night for the defense, because someone's going to run for some big yardage.
13 yards and a first down, Cowboys. Prescott from the gun. Going up top. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked up by Minkah Fitzpatrick. So here are the Steelers now to take over for the first time. And at quarterback from the University of Oregon, it's Justin Herbert.
And what a performance. He is... coming off of. I know that this is a different era of football where we're throwing it around a heck of a lot more, but still, over 500 yards passing.
500.
That's phenomenal, incredible. Let's see if he can take last week's game and carry it forward and have another similar performance.
And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up second down.
That's an excellent play by the defender. He diagnosed that one, closed quickly, and helped force the incompletion.
They work again from the 38 on 2nd and 10. And they'll run for the first time with Najee Harris. And he takes this up right near the 45-yard line. They get 7 out of that, so they're left with a 3rd and 3.
That's a really nice job by them picking up the run blitz and detecting it and blocking it and turning it into a nice run. And a lot of times you think if you blitz a running play, you're going to smother it. But a lot of the blitzers, they come in a little bit high. They don't have great leverage, and they're easily blocked and turned to the side.
That one good for 14 yards and a Steeler first. Now a first down carry for Harris. And this one's going to go the wrong way. Losing yardage back at the 42. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11. Here's Herbert. 20! And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or two shy of the 10. A game there of 30 big ones.
That's a real nice job right there, working the middle of the field, working against those safeties. And you know, partner, if you get your hips turned the wrong way, big plays can result.
And a big play resulted right there. So how about this for field position after the big play? Inside the 15 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Now he's going to swing this one out to his running back. And this play goes nowhere. Losing yardage back to the 15. But despite the completion, they're going to wind up losing 3 there. 2nd down. Now Herbert with it, looking to pass. A throw left side, caught by the tight end Freiermuth. And the Steelers are looking at 1st and goal as he's tackled all the way down at the 2-yard line. These are his numbers from last week's contest. 6 catches, 87 yards, and a touchdown.
And they've gone to him early in this one. I sense a theme.
And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Steelers. Najee Harris, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Steelers have taken a first-quarter lead. Just power football there, down near the goal line. Give it to him. He's able to push his way across.
Yeah, they went heavy there. Sometimes you have those big offensive linemen come in, have to report like they're eligible, but all they're doing is getting a good stance, blocking, and getting their runner across the goal line.
Extra point put through by Boswell. And it's now a 7-0 game. Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. And he'll decide to not bring this one out as their drive will begin at the 25. Zeke and the Cowboys ready to begin their next drive. First month of the season, those numbers pretty solid. Does he continue that?
I think so, because when you come out of the gate this strong, that means that you have planned for it and you like the results that you're getting. So I wouldn't have any doubt that the head coach, offensive coordinator actually called him in and said, look, you're our guy, okay? We're going to continue to stick with this as long as we're winning games. You ready for the challenge? And then they presented it to the rest of the team. And I think we'll see plenty of that as this season moves on.
And I'm sure he said challenge accepted. CeeDee Lamb is intended target, and it's 3rd and short. This defense for the Steelers, they played extremely well last week in the win over Atlanta.
Yeah, what stood out to me on tape, the way they were flying to the football. So that tells me that they've got all their assignments down, and they're playing with extreme confidence.
Oh, that's into double coverage and intercepted. He's picked off at his own 46 and to the 43. So down inside the 45 to the 43-yard line. That's where they'll take over.
Well, to me, it's pretty simple, and it's fairly obvious, isn't it? He's got to start making better decisions with the ball.
That's now 2 interceptions in the first quarter. After interception number 1, there was a long talk on the sideline, and now he's made another mistake.
Yeah, he's just been kind of laying these passes out there. He's kind of been floating them a little bit. He's got to be more decisive in his reads and definitely more decisive in throwing the ball. Rifle it in there every now and then.
Give him 32 on the play.
They started this drive with terrific field position, and it's going to get even better after that play. Had great options with where they started, so they decided to press their advantage, and it paid off.
Touchdown! Najee Harris with his 2nd TD of the game, his 6th on the year. And the Steelers are off to a 13-0 first-quarter lead. CeeDee, it seemed like they were so focused on the guys out wide, they forgot about him out of the backfield.
That's a really good point, because you've got to communicate, and oftentimes when you start counting receivers, that's exactly what you do. You start from the widest receiver, work your way inside. Who gets lost sometimes? And back in the backfield. That's exactly what happened there.
And he got into the end zone. Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And he's able to get this across the 20, but not by much, as he's marked down officially at the 21. Now the Cowboys offense heads back onto the field. To this point, the results have not been good. 2 possessions, 2 turnovers.
And that's obviously something that can't continue, but to to go a little bit deeper on that one, I would think about some play calls now, not even necessarily to my best player, but to someone I can trust with the ball. Try and get things settled down a little bit.
T.J. Watt in on the tackle.
I don't think any of us were surprised that they decided to start this drive on the ground after the last 2 drives ended in interceptions.
Unfortunately, though, not a lot going on that first play.
Yeah, I think the anticipation was felt also by the defense.
Not able to get a single yard there, and it'll bring up 3rd down. This defense for the Steelers, they played extremely well last week in the win over Atlanta.
And no matter what's done throughout a ball game, it always comes back to blocking and tackling. That's the essence of football. But I think it's hard for people to understand just how difficult it is to tackle, especially open field. Very few missed tackles on tape that I saw last game. This team doesn't.
And Prescott, his 3rd interception. Picked off by Gary and Conlon. And the return will stop right around the 25. So more problems here in this first quarter. Already 2 scores down, and here they give away the football. And if I'm the head coach, I think it's time to start lighting a fire under some of these guys. Now, you have to do it within your personality. They can't perceive it as fake. But I'd go get after some guys because they don't look ready to play to me. They look flat, uninspired. It's time to get moving. After the turnover, here's Herbert. Going for it all. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked up by DeMonte Casey.
Boy, that's the kind of interception that can save a game right there. They're already down 2 scores. Huge play, slowing down what was going against them.
I was thinking the same thing. You get down 3 scores there at this stage, could be in for a long ball game. They start on the ground with Elliott. Fights forward for only about a yard up to the 21. This defense for the Steelers, they played extremely well last week in the win over Atlanta.
It was a little bit enlightening talking with the defense coordinator about their performance last week because the feeling was that it was a good, solid performance. They did what they needed to do to get the job done and get the win, but definitely a few lapses that they're looking to correct.
14-0 the score. This is the NFL on EA Sports. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. Throwing, Prescott. And there is Amari Cooper, his first catch. And brought down, but not before reaching the 45-yard line. Another nice gain, 13 yards that time, and another 1st down. Out of the gun, here's Prescott. He gets it to Thomas.
Obviously, this has not been a banner game throwing the football. So what you got to do, you got to kind of down focus, don't you think? Find the tight end, take some easier completions.
The interception last drive. There he hits the reliable target. And he's corralled, but not before getting it inside the 35. 11 yards and a Cowboy 1st down.
I think the reason that this play is so successful is not just the blocking at the point of attack, but how about the speed at which he takes the handoff? He's in motion already. So he's not coming from a flat start like a running back often is. He's at a full run by the time he gets the football.
Dak dropping this one off for Zeke. A pickup of about 3 yards as he's taken down at the 31. That's now 4 completions in a row. A good bounce back following the interception last drive.
Certainly not letting it affect him, that's for sure. And we all know interceptions are going to happen. So the big trick, don't let it affect you going forward. Most of the good quarterbacks, they just tell the ball boy, get that one out of the rotation, give me a fresh ball, and let's go. He's got his offense moving again.
Here's play number 7 on the drive. This is 3rd and 7. Prescott now. Under pressure, and down he goes. They sack him back at the 36. Well, Aaron Donald just so strong they can't block him, and he records the sack. That's running out of steam, and it won't get there. He left it just short, no good, and this score will stay right where it is.
NFL kickers nowadays, they make things look so easy because normally from this range, about 2 out of 3. And this is not an easy kick.
Yeah, 20 years ago, you get where he was in that 50 range, maybe a little over. And it's a big kick, but now we just, if they leave it short, you're like, whoa, what happened? And that's what we have here.
Yeah, you're right. 20 years ago, we were saying run some more plays.
And that is caught one-handed. Oh, my, pulled it in. It's a gain of 34.
I don't think we'll ever get enough of watching one-handed catches, and when they pay off, they are spectacular. But how about the times they don't pay off, and coaches go, 2 hands. 2 hands still works.
I know, but they go for them so often now that I'm almost starting to take them for granted.
Yeah, that's unbelievable, isn't it? Because these are sensational type plays.
Especially that one with the defender right there. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's second down.
Well, I think that was good strategy there, trying to go right back to him after the last completion. But this time, the defense was all over him, and they got there to break that one up.
On 2nd and 10, the ball back with Herbert. Toward the sideline, and look at that catch. Dragging the toes, and that's going to be a first down. Well done. Call it a gain of 19, and it moves the chains. Herbert throwing again. Got his man, it's caught for a Steelers touchdown. Najee Harris on his way to a monster game. 3 first-half touchdowns. And the Steelers, they broaden their lead. Boy, so if you are scoring at home, Charles, and God bless you if you are, but that's now 3 drives and 3 touchdowns.
So in a baseball game, wouldn't that wreak havoc on your scorecard?
Yes.
I mean, with all the action that's happening now, how they got here, whatever cliche you want to bring into it, they're locked into a groove, they're clicking on all cylinders. Bottom line, they're piling up the points.
And they'll get him down right around the 25, actually the 26 officially, so a net gain of 1 there. The Dallas offense back out onto the field. And they had compiled a pretty long drive last time. Unfortunately, though, it ended with no points after the missed field goal.
And that can hurt the psyche of a team because as they drove downfield, you know you're never supposed to count points in your mind until they go up on the board. But let's face it, we've been there. We've seen teams before. They were counting on those points. They didn't get them. Can they come back now, start over again, and grind it out?
On 2nd down, Elliott once more. And he'll be brought down shy of the 40 at the 38-yard line. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down. They play fake to Elliott. Now Prescott. That one's complete to Tomlinson. Now he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. Give him 30 yards there.
I would say just add that one to the total of big plays he's already made here in the first month of the year. You've got to think the front office and the coaching staff have got to be excited about what they've seen so far and really excited about what they expect to see down the road.
So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30. Incomplete. Thomas the intended target. And it's 2nd down.
They've given up a few first downs on this drive, but getting the incompletion there, that should give them something to build on and maybe turn the tide.
On 2nd down, Elliott. He'll get only 3 there, so it leaves him with a 3rd and 7 ahead. 2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. A reminder coming up just a few minutes from now, we'll send you to Jonathan Coachman and our crew in Orlando. Coach will have a look back at some of the stats and scores from yesterday's action. They'll set up the screen to Elliott, and they'll get him down about 3 yards short of the first. 3 yards, all they could muster there, and it'll bring up 4th down.
The key to any screen play is all in the deception, and that means everyone on the offensive side of the ball. But someone gave it up because that one wasn't very well concealed. And the defense able to rally to him and hold him for just a short gain.
Blankenship's kick is good. And that will move the deficit from 20 down to 17. So they do get the 3 points before they hit halftime. Something to build on, maybe.
Yeah, go ahead and raise the banner, right? Wave the flag. That's good. Got points, and now, as you said, they've got something to build on as they get ready for the second half.
And he gets it to the 30-yard line, but the football's not going to stay there. There's a penalty marker down. So holding will scratch off some of that return.
And I know fans get frustrated when they see penalties of this sort on kick returns, but it is difficult to do it right against these moving targets at full speed. Hard to do.
So the special teams penalty cost some yardage there as they come out on 1st and 10. Play action. It's Herbert. Nowhere to go for Herbert, and he's going to go down. Neville Gallimore able to drop him for a loss of 4 from his defensive tackle spot.
But that's what they have to do more of defensively, not just getting sacks. We have to keep getting in his face, not let him get his feet set and deliver. He's been carving them up previously.
Yeah, already has a couple of touchdown passes. About time they put a few grass stains on that jersey. And this is dropped. Oh, it's incomplete. He had a big gainer in his sights, but he could not reel it in. Johnson was the intended receiver. 3rd down here. Herbert now. Open man completes it to Smith-Schuster. Now the Cowboys going to burn the first of their timeouts as the stoppage will come with 23 seconds to go till halftime. So in their own territory, but they only need a few inches, so they're going to opt to go for this thing. We'll see. Maybe a surprise pass or run. What will they do? We're about to find out. 4th down. Now the Steelers use the first of their 3 timeouts as the clock will stop with 18 seconds to go in the first half. The 4th down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on 1st down. Out of the gun, Herbert. He'll buy some time right. Here's Johnson with a reception. And into the end zone. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. Deontay Johnson in the final seconds of the first half. And the Steelers would extend their lead here just before halftime.
And that's a lead that excites a team as they head into the half. Good way to finish things off.
Yeah, able to extend that lead, and you always say it, that can totally change the complexion of half number 2.
Yeah, it changes your morale, changes your outlook. But even before that, let's see if they decide to kind of squib kick or what they're going to do on the kickoff, because you don't want to give up a big play right before the half ends. Good point.
So just 8 ticks remaining here in the first half as they'll kick this one away. And not wanting to risk anything here late in the half, he'll just take a knee and they'll bring the football out to the 25. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. And with 8 seconds on the clock, really not a lot of time to try to put anything together. And they'll indeed start on the ground to run that clock. And he'll just push his way forward for a few as the clock will run. So we've come to halftime after a very one-sided beginning to this one. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
All right, Brandon, thanks very much. We'll get back to you and Charles in a minute. But first, time to give the folks at home a look at what's going on around the NFL. We'll begin up at legendary Lambeau Field in Green Bay, where it was the Packers who get the win at home. Aaron Rodgers, excellent in the victory as his guys moved to 3-1 after 4 games. Next, we head off to check out another game, and they were winners in...
All right, folks, eager to get back to this Week 4 matchup. We won't put up a fight. So time for the second half as the Steelers have the lead, and they will also be receiving the football here to start the third quarter. This will be fielded inside the 5. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. So here are the Steelers to take over on offense. They're on a 3-game winning streak and right now looking good in this one as well. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. Back to throw here, Herbert. He's got his tight end Freiermuth right side. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. Fresh out of the locker room, they hit him with a gain of over 20. And he's going to get this one down to the edge of the red zone. Another big play as they get 28 out of that one.
And while we may be looking at the scoreboard, this offense certainly is not, because they're showing no signs of backing down, even with a 3-score lead here in the 3rd quarter. I think they keep taking their shots. They've seen blown leads happen throughout this league. They don't want to fall victim to it themselves.
So 1st and 10, and if they score on this drive, might have to start digging in our second-half blowout material. Wide open receiver, complete. And in for the Steelers touchdown. Pat Freiermuth, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Steelers come right out of the locker room and score here in the opening minute of the 3rd quarter. Boswell good with the extra point, and the lead will slow by 1 more. So they only needed 3 plays on that drive. And it ends with a Pittsburgh touchdown. Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback. The Cowboys offense now, they head out for their first possession of the second half. They are right now just ice cold. I mean, they have struggled big time in this game, and they're getting blown out. How do they adjust?
So tough, because we always talk about it being a team game, and you need all 11 working well together. But every now and then, partner, you need that one guy who can make a play against all odds that maybe can ignite things. And I think that's what they're looking for right now.
Yeah, you talk about going to your playmakers. They probably need to do it.
Find someone that you're used to touching the football that makes big plays and give.
Well, this is taken in. It's complete. And they finally get him, but not before he reaches the 33-yard line. Now, look, you're not going to be able to get this all back at once, but that certainly helps.
So you're saying 3 yards in a cloud of dust, not the strategy?
I go aerial attack.
Yeah, I think that's what has to happen. And if you're going to run it, you need to break off big chunks. We just saw a big play right there. They need plenty of those.
A first down carry by Elliott. Gets by him at the 25. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. 62 yards rushing for him now as he's run it 11 times.
But they're getting ready to go to work now in prime real estate after that last run. Found his spot and picked up nice yardage, didn't he?
And now he's got him knocking on the door of the red zone. He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4. The give is to Elliott. And this play gets blown up. They'll lose yardage. Back at the 17. Call that a loss of a yard, and things get a little more difficult here. 3rd and 5.
You got to figure the further they fall behind, the more you think that they'll get away from the run. They're trying to stick with it, but the results, they just aren't there.
On the crossing route, he hits his man, Amari Cooper. Yeah, the Cowboys are going to have 1st and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
With the score where it is, this was probably going to be 4-down territory if they didn't convert there. But what a nice job of working his way open, making sure he secured the catch, and setting up.
And he'll get in. Touchdown, Cowboys. Dak Prescott, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Cowboys cut into that lead. Offensively, pretty effective option play there for the score.
Certainly was, and it appeared to me that the defense overshifted and overplayed the trail back, the pitch man, and almost forgot about the quarterback. In fact, they did forget about the quarterback, and he turned it into a touchdown.
So after the touchdown, here's Blankenship kicking off. This fielded right at the goal line. And they'll get him down inside the 30 at the 27. And the Steelers set to take the field. Still operating with a comfortable lead despite the score a moment ago as they begin 1st and 10. Justin Herbert looking to pass. It's brought in by Harris. And bulldozing his way through. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. They may want to go back to that one. First play of the drive, good for 15 and a first down. Herbert. He gets it complete to Harris. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 37-yard line. So it goes as a completed pass, but they lose a full 5 yards.
Well, that play really didn't fool them. They completed the screen pass, but for lost yardage, a really nice play by the defense.
They'll fake the handoff. Now Herbert going top shelf for Smith-Schuster. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete. Juju Smith-Schuster, the intended receiver that time. And it's 3rd down. Here's Herbert. Completing it to the right side, Johnson. And he'll get this up near midfield, but that's still a few yards shy of the first down. They pick up 10, but it'll still lead to a 4th down. Here's Ty Long now. And the way this offense has moved the ball, he hasn't been needed till here in the 3rd. And no return here. This one's going inside the 15 to the 12-yard line. And now here come the Cowboys. They have been struggling. I would imagine at halftime they went through some possible changes. Well, those changes aren't working, so now where do you go?
I think that now it's much more in their head. And what I mean by that is just what you said. You've gone over the changes. I bet they were pretty clinical at the half, not too emotional. They might need to go to the emotional side because you've got to find something, some spark somewhere. And so far, just being calm hasn't exactly worked.
They need any spark at this point. Takes this to the 27, give him 4 yards.
Well, at the end of all that hitting and hollering, it was a 4-yard run, so the offense is going to go back to huddle and feel pretty good about themselves. Defensively, you have to feel okay because you didn't let it turn into a bigger run. But the goal, shut it down for 2 yards or less. That's when you start to feel good about yourselves.
Well, that was a unit that understood exactly where the first down marker was, handed it to their guy who could run it, created some space, and he got there.
Another carry tonight for the workhorse Allen. Found a little room there as he's up to about the 37. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up 2nd down.
Well, on every play call, you realize it's not going to go for a touchdown. So a lot of your calls are setting things up for maybe later in the game, trying to establish the inside run with toughness now, hopefully get to the perimeter later. And let's face it, you could do worse than a 4-yard run on 1st down.
11 yards and a Cowboy 1st down. Going to do it for this 3rd quarter of action. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Prescott on 1st down. Oh, Prescott stripped, and it's picked up by the Steelers. The 20, 10, and he takes it back to the house. A fumble recovery for a Steelers score. And Charles, look at the big fella. What a rumble that was. Not only to scoop it, but then take it the rest of the way for the touchdown.
And now you know they're going to have to hear about it from now on. The defensive backs, he's going to want to run with them, do their drills, the whole deal. He thinks he's the pace setter now.
It doesn't matter what happens in practice this week, he's smiling. Extra point put through by Boswell. And that will extend this big lead. So here's the kickoff now as they'll get it again following that fumble return for a score.
No run back here, down to a knee, and this drive will start at the 25.
Defensively, you said coming in earlier in the broadcast, the magic number was 20 points for you. That's what you thought they would have to hold this offense to, or less than that. And, wow, they've done that in a big way, haven't they?
And not only have they done it, they put themselves in a great position to win this one because holding them down was paramount. If they could get it done, well, guess what? We see the end result. Right now, they have their eye on victory.
And leading here in the fourth. And they're able to get this one across the 35. Right off the bat, it's a first down to start the drive, 12 yards. Here's Prescott. And that's Elliott, complete. Well, Elliott going to be hit. He coughs it up, loose football. But I believe a Cowboy was there to get it. He was, and Dallas will maintain possession.
Wow, that ball gets knocked free, but a teammate comes along and scoops it up. It's almost like baseball. Guys at bat, people are on base in scoring position. One guy doesn't get him home. The next guy comes through and picks him up.
And avoids the turnover. Give him 3 on the screen. He couldn't break free, and it's third down. Prescott to throw it. Eluding the pressure right. And he will lose yardage back to the 34-yard line. Ouch, you thought you had the defensive stand. Roughing the passer wipes it out.
What does every defense talk about? 3 and out, right? Thought they were able to get off the field. Not so.
On 1st and 10, Prescott. He'll get this out wide here to Elliott. And he'll go down inside the 45 before going out of bounds. Now, I know it's an emotional game, Charles. You can't do that.
And when you get into your film sessions and you argue your case with your coaches, that's exactly what they say at the end. You just can't do it. It costs your team.
And again, it's Prescott. Able to hit his target Lamb. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. Second and right at a yard. Give him 9 there on the first down completion. Looking to throw again on second down. Prescott, a dump off to Elliott. And they've got it inside the 10 at the 8.
Well, this game was decided a while ago, and that completion there, it's going to artificially inflate his passing numbers. So right now, the only one really applauding probably his agent as he thinks about angling for a new contract.
Now Prescott. Over the middle, it's Thomas. Touchdown, Cowboys. Logan Thomas, his second touchdown on the season. And the Cowboys get a small measure of revenge as they cut into this fourth quarter deficit.
Well, it's been a tough day, but they finally were able to get one into the end zone, and maybe the offense will feel a little bit better about itself going into next week.
And if you're a coach taking that into next week, I know you're upset, but it is a little bit more respectable, somewhat of a moral victory, right?
Yeah, they probably won't say a lot of that to the team, but it is true. It's something for them to build on, and then they can call their mom and tell her, hey, Mom, for your fantasy points, we got you a few down the stretch.
Now Blankenship on for the PAT.
And the lead is down to 24. So the drive there took 6 plays, and it culminates in a Dallas touchdown. So still lots of work left to do, but here comes the onside kick. And this doesn't work. The Steelers recover it. Fourth quarter, they felt like they needed the football back. Unfortunately, they couldn't get it.
And I I know we brought analytics into the game, and someone has said here that the data says that when a team's expecting an onside kick, 80% of the time, the team expecting it, they do actually recover the ball, which is what we saw here. I just wonder if that number is much more of a anecdotal type of a number. Kind of like when the coaches tell us, well, when you score on special teams, 93% of the time you win the game. I'm still waiting to see that number is empirical.
A gain of 3, second down. They run again with Harris. And he'll take this one down to the 36.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
And he will have a Steelers first down as they're able to get the third down conversion. That one good for 14 yards and a Steeler first. Herbert on first down now. And he is caught by Smith-Schuster. And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9. They have the nice cushion. They just want to pour it on right now, still throwing the football.
And I know my background says, why do you need to do this? Just go ahead and run out the clock and get a win. But as many people pointed out to me, this is a video game, man. Go ahead and put the numbers up. Sportsmanship, not an issue.
Exercise those fingers. Now it's Herbert. Got his man complete over the middle. That's Harris. And here he'll get it down to the 7. That catch good for only a couple.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
On second and goal, Herbert escaping the pressure right. And they are going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their totals. Starting to really smell a 4-0 start right now. You can't ask for a better first quarter of the season than that.
And you're not supposed to look ahead, but guess what?
You're going to?
They have to. Because when you get to, if you get to 4-0, you're not just thinking playoffs now. You're thinking about, okay, this team has the capabilities of winning a Super Bowl. They could very well be the best team in the NFL at this moment.
I think they played the best. I mean, there have been a few hiccups offensively and defensively, but probably the best team we've seen, right?
And has the ability to get better.
Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. From a yard or two deep, here comes a return. Dak and the Cowboys ready for their next possession. And I guess right now, as we look at some of his struggles today, the term next play really applies here. He's got to move on.
I love where your head is on that, because that's where his head needs to be. Exactly what you've said. Yes, there have been mistakes made, but he's got to move on and play the next play. As if it didn't happen, keep his confidence up. But how about the guys on the defensive side of the ball? They've got to be feeling great about what's going on right now. They've already gotten to him a few times. They want to keep that up. Maybe they can pick off a few more.
Yeah, they disrupted already for 3 INTs. He couldn't get the hook up there that time with Thomas, and now it's second down. Now Prescott looking again for Thomas, this time complete. And this will be a gain of 5 as he gets it to the 30. 5 yards, now it's 3rd and 5. And the Steelers now in the nickel here on 3rd down. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So the Cowboys in possession of the football here as we get you reset. They face a 3rd down now as they try to find a late score. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 11 yards and a Cowboy first down.
Well, this game is certainly pretty well over. They can go ahead and mark it in the win column. But as a defense, they don't want to get so soft now that everybody just throws the ball all over the place against them, gets big yardage, and puts points on the board. They have pride, too, on that side of the ball.
And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. 12 more yards there and another first down.
I like how they work the tight end on a nice little under route there. And if you're going to give him that much space, he's not even going to catch the football. He's going to run away from you a little bit, and that's exactly what he just did there, picking up extra yardage.
To the air again, Prescott. And the timing a bit off that time as that one falls to the ground. Looking to go back to Thomas again, and that'll bring up second down. Looking to throw, Prescott. And Thomas has it. And he'll go down inside the 45 before going out of bounds. He'll get only 3 there, so it leaves him with a 3rd and 7 ahead. Prescott. And for the 4th time tonight, it's an interception. Picked up by Minka Fitzpatrick. CD, this defense, man. At this rate, they're just having fun out there right now.
And normally with this type of a lead, if you're a starter on defense, you're saying, hey, let the other guys play. But with this going on, no one wants to come out of the game. They all want their shot at picking off a pass.
And that's going to wind up incomplete. However, we do have a flag down. Let's check in with our referee. Well, you won't hear any boos from this home crowd on that call.
No, not at all. And it's been a long day for this crowd waiting for this game. It's been a long evening as well. Finally, they feel they got a call.
In your face.
They're going to pass here with Herbert. Buying time to his left. And he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on first down.
And that was not a bad scramble there on first down. He didn't force it, nor did he throw it away. He was able to take off, and now he made it a very manageable 2nd and short.
And he will get into the end zone. It's another touchdown. This thing is ugly.
Well, partner, when a team's up this big, this late in the game, I always wonder what's their motivation, because if it's me, I'm thinking about pulling on the reins a little bit. But for them, I don't think it's in their DNA. It's not their head coach's makeup at all. I think his opinion is, you stop us. We're not supposed to pull back ourselves.
Boswell good with the extra point. And the lead will swell by 1 more. Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. And no effort to bring this one out. It's a touchback. Dallas offense set for this next drive. Let's just be frank. They're playing for pride at this point.
That's all that's left, because victory, not a chance now. And I can't wait to see how they actually go about doing it, because there are a lot of people watching the body language of the guys on the field now, and if they call plays they want executed, they need to do that and do it really well. Otherwise, there could be repercussions.
We'll see how they handle the waning moments of this one. A big offensive explosion helped leading them to victory. And the defensive guys, they're just saying, hey, put those points up every week. We'll just keep winning.
They will gratefully accept them, won't they? It makes their job that much easier when they're scoring that many points. Allows them to play with a totally different style and a different flow.
So for Pittsburgh,